feel like Garden City High School prepared me quite well for college. For anyone going to school, especially going away to school, it's a bit of a transition. You need to adapt to your new academic life, your new social life, and just being in new surrounding with different people. But for me going away to school to Princeton, I felt quite well prepared, even compared to a lot of students there who go to kind of fancy prep schools and whatnot.
Garden City High School has taught me that along with intelligence, it's very important to have a positive self-perception and an outstanding work ethic. And I think Garden City High School fosters that community of working together for a positive outcome and rewarding success.
I have these interests in both the sciences and the humanities, and my classes in the high school really helped me, go deeper into both fields and to understand how both really relate to being a doctor. Because obviously, in medicine, the sciences are crucial, but also being able to communicate. So in terms of my English courses, being able to communicate with patients, with other doctors, is also vital. And if I hadn't had such great courses in literature in the high school, I think I would have sort of missed out on how that ties to medicine.
And Garden City High School has more than sufficient resources to allow you to reach your full potential. You just need to get yourself involved, and becoming involved in many extracurriculars as well as keeping up with your schoolwork prepares you very well for what's also a busy life in college.
I would say socially, I didn't go to Garden City Elementary or middle school, so coming into the high school I was a new student. I had to make new friends. Although I have lived in Garden City my whole life, and I was on the sports teams and stuff, so I did have a couple friends. But I think it really helped me when I went into college. I knew that you have to put yourself out there and you have to be willing to make new friends, and it's easy. Everyone's in the same position. They want to get to know you.
Garden City High School has definitely influenced my decision to go into medicine, because I feel that medicine is incorporating a sense of community and cohesiveness. The doctors are all working together for one patient's good, and I can see that mirrored in my experience at Garden City High School, because the community is always there for support, and we are taught that in a very privileged community that a fulfilling life is one in which we can then help those less fortunate than ourselves.
Well, I felt with the high school, it kind of gave me a good base for being able to succeed in college, especially with some of the extracurricular activities we have here. Just, we have a wealth of options for extracurricular activities. There's so many clubs, sports, and all that.
The Garden City High School really pushes you to become super involved and become a sort of jack of all trades, and that really helps when you make that transition to college, because you want to make the most of the 4 years you're given and really have the best experience.
During my senior year, I was president of Students Helping Students, which was a leadership program, and we talked to the younger kids about character building and tolerance, and it was definitely something that got you outside of your comfort zone, and it taught me a lot about leadership skills and how to communicate with others, and that was definitely something that added to my experience here.
Academically speaking, I was most prepared for college from Garden City High School with taking 7 AP courses and getting into the habits of doing nightly readings in order for quizzes the next day. So it wasn't so much of a shock when I got to college and the professors would hand out 20, 30, 40 pages of readings for that night and then expect us to know them. So we had the habit of taking the quiz the next morning in the high school, which doesn't come with you at college, but you have to do it, because otherwise in that test at the end of the semester you're not going to do so well if you don't do those readings.
In terms of academics, if you took many AP classes, for example, you had the workload in mind of every night having continual readings or things of that nature, and just a constant workload with a syllabus. So that kind of mindset, that scheduling, kind of really played into college life.
Well, the academics at Carnegie Mellon really are very rigorous, but the classes I did take senior year definitely helped me with time management and academic-wise.
Holy Cross takes a lot of kids from prep school backgrounds, Catholic schools, but they're also taking a lot of kids from public schools now. And what I've seen is that a lot of these kids, because they don't have the AP system, and the AP system encourages you, at least within history, English, to read a lot. I've noticed that, because I've had readings, routinely 200 pages a night for a class. And I mean, AP, readings, they were every night, but they were only like 15 pages. But still, I think the build-up from, not really doing that much every night in sophomore year to slowly as you're a senior, reading every night, having, consistently having homework, to, being in college and having, these readings every night wasn't really a shocker for me.
I felt really well prepared entering college. My AP classes, especially my senior year, really helped me and gave me an advantage over some of the other students at BC, and I think that really helped me to challenge myself my senior year, and it was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it.
Academically, the AP classes helped me a lot, AP Calculus, just taking it got me out of calculus in college, which is great. I really enjoy the art classes and orchestra, and it really made me want to do that as extracurricular activities in college as well. I wouldn't be the person who I am today if I didn't come here.
People always ask me to name my favorite teacher, and it was always hard for me because I had so many from every different year. So I would say that it was the teachers that I developed a relationship with that transcended the classroom and the academic work, that I could talk to in the halls about problems or anything that wasn't necessarily related to the academics, because they had helped me so much that I trusted them.
In my experience, the faculty, well, they really care about the students, and they really are concerned with teaching you how to think in the way that you're going to have to think in college and the way that you really should be thinking for the rest of your life. In high school, my teachers forced me to self-examine, and that was, I think, the most important thing out of anything I could have learned.
Certain teachers from the high school were far better than some of the professors I've had in college.
Creating music with, all your friends is the best feeling in the world, definitely. And to be able to do that every single day is such a blessing, and it made it so positive for me. One of my main aspirations is to become a professional opera singer.
I felt that the guidance department helped me the most to have a positive experience in high school. I worked as a guidance aide. It's in sophomore year and in senior year, and I got to know every single person in the guidance office on a personal level, and I could go to any of them with any problem I had at any time, and I felt a sense of personal attention and very, very strong dedication from everyone.
I think what made my high school experience so positive was the opportunities presented here. More specifically, I think athletics here really play a positive part in your experience. There's so many different sports that so many kids of different abilities can participate in, and it really helps you to maybe de-stress from a long school day after school, and also really fosters teamwork, which becomes incredibly important in a college atmosphere.
Every person kind of played their part. If you looked at it on a sports level, for example, your coaches gave you the discipline, to get up early in the morning, to get things done, to have a kind of hard-working attitude. Teachers, they gave you the passion for learning, and definitely the knowledge with it. It all worked together, and it definitely prepared you in terms of mindset of I want to learn, and I know how to.
I am confident that we now possess the tools necessary to become the policymakers, doctors, lawyers, researchers, inventors, artists, teachers, and entrepreneurs that the world needs. As I look at our talented class, I am filled with the hope and the belief that our future is in good hands. While we have come so far and accomplished so much, we especially want to thank the people whose support throughout the past years has been essential to our success and graduation today. On behalf of the class of 2011, I would like to thank our parents, family members, teachers, counselors, and administrators for encouraging us, guiding us, and believing in us. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2011.